Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Okay, as on today, we have surpassed China's population, and today we are the most populous nation in the world with 142.86 crore people. China is 142.57 crore people, so we are roughly 29 lakh more people than China. So now we are the biggest, most populated nation in the world. Let's talk about this. Let's get right into the show. Now, this population, it's actually a very interesting topic, and I will tell you why. You see, before 90s, before the liberalization, population was seen as a bane, and correctly so. Population was seen as possibly our biggest bane. And like I said, correctly so. Because of population, our growth was getting hindered. Because of population, we couldn't feed our people. Our poverty elevation was taking time. Because of population, healthcare, education, everything suffered. And we were finding it very difficult to deliver goods to our people. So yes, population was our biggest bane. But post the 90s, post liberalization, things changed. It is not that population became some big boon or something, but population also bought its advantages. What was the advantage that population bought? Population bought when, after liberalization, when we opened our markets, when people all over the world could come and sell their products in India to our market, we realized that, Bapre, our market is so big. The entire world was stunned with our market size, stunned with our consumption pattern, stunned with our power to consume. Our middle class, huge. Our consumption power was huge. So the fact is, all of a sudden, India started becoming more and more and more prominent in the world scenario. I remember this because I used to be in advertising those days, and I remember how the whole world wanted to know more about India, wanted to know more about Indian markets. And when we would go and present, especially when you would present rural India and rural Indian consumption, it used to be very interesting. Their jaws would drop when we present about rural India, rural markets, and how rural market reacts. So the markets of India made India more powerful, and more people started coming and investing in India. More people started coming and investing in India. Our foreign exchange, our FDI, foreign direct investment, increased. The concept of foreign direct investment and the consciousness for more and more foreign direct investment increased in India. Even today, every person, even a layman, talks about foreign direct investment, is because we saw a lot of people wanting to invest in India. And that, to a certain extent, is thanks to our population. Thanks to our market, because our market made people wanting to invest in our country. So, in a way, like I told you, population is a very interesting phenomena. While we have a lot of disadvantages, there is no two questions about it, but we had certain advantage because of our population too. That's point number one I wanted to make. Now, since we are the largest, most populous nation in the world, what are the 5 things that we should be wary of, that we should be mindful of, and how can we ensure that we use our current situation to our advantage? That being said, like always, we all believe that controlling our population, restricting our population is always beneficial for our country, for us Indians, because that will ensure that our growth will be faster. But ab hai to hum kya kare? This is what we'll discuss today. And the first thing that I want to get to your notice is, we are a young country. We are a young nation. Let me give you some details as always. The median age of India's population is 28.2 years. We are 28-year-old nation. Which means our energy is tremendous. Our potential to work is tremendous. Huge potential to work, and that has to be garnered, that has to be utilized, and that has to be focused and put to use. Do not disillusion our youth, please. This is one request to our politicians. मत उनको उलझाओ कास्ट क्रीड रिलीजन के चक्कर में, कम्युनल चक्कर में. Let them channelize their energy. Let them channelize their energy for themselves and the nation, for their own growth and the nation's growth. So, we are a young nation. We are not going to remain that way for the next 100 years. Believe me, 10, 15, 20 years, this median will change. We will get older. Like a normal human being, our nation also will get older. So, before we get into that stage of life, it is better that we use our energies to benefit our people and the country as a whole. That's my point number one. My point number two is we need to be mindful of our labor participation. This is linked to my first point, but also specifically. Our labor participation on a yearly basis is going down. In December 2022, we were 41.3%. Last year, that is December 2021, we were 41.6%. Now, it is just 0.3%, but we are going down. Labor participation rate in India, if it is lower, if it is lesser than 50%, it is harming, which means it is directly conflicting to my first statement. We are not using our energy. We are not using our power that we have. That is the youth power that we have. We should be focusing on labor participation for women, especially for women. So, this is something that we should be mindful of. As a country, as a nation, and as somebody who is looking forward to be the world leader someday, this is going to be very important. So mind you, the labor participation rate would be very, very important. That's number two. Number three is, listen, you know what? Vishwa Guru, Wo Guru, Ye Guru, God, we are leaders, everybody comes, everybody wants to talk about us, all that. All that is very good. Our currency has been taken in 18 countries, all that is very, very good. So proud, yes. But we should be the proudest the day our per capita income increases, because our per capita income increases, which means your pocket and my pocket. We will have money in our pockets. If we have money in our pockets, we will have a better life. If we have a better life, we will be a better consumer. If we have a better consumer, there will be more manufacturers coming to India to manufacture, to cater to us, to give us their services and products. So it not only helps the individual, rather, it not only helps the individual, it also helps the country. Somewhere down the line, the focus has to be now on per capita income. Ho gaya GDP. Good. GDP has to grow. Fantastic. Fantastic job. But now, you have to focus on per capita income. Acha, ye mat bolna ki, per capita income is our per capita income is what? It's around $2,256.6. This is our per capita income versus some $12,000, the per capita income of China. So let's not talk about population. We are so huge, so many people in India. How can we cater to those people? How can our per capita income increase? If China can increase, we can increase. We are as good and possibly better than a lot of things China does. China has its own strength. I'm not disputing that. But if they can do it, we can do it. So per capita income is what we need to focus from now on. That is the real growth. That is the growth for you and me. Point number three. Point number four. Like I said before, what are we going to do for our youth? Let us be the production hub. That's what China did. China's biggest strength is their production. They produce for the world. They don't produce for China. They don't produce for their provinces. They produce for the world. Our mentality, our thought process should be attuned, adjusted to that focus. We should be producing for the world. We have people, we have hands, and we have young hands. So, production, making India into a production hub should be our clear future. My point number 5 is global diaspora. We have close to 18 million people. We have the largest diaspora in the world. We have close to 18 million people all over the world. This is 2020 record. I don't have 2023 record. I am giving you 2020 record. 18 million people is huge. And what has these 18 million people done for us? A, it has increased our foreign reserves. B, look at our global presence. Our people are CEOs, MDs, corporate heads, corporate leaders, nation leaders, national leaders. This is what our diaspora has done. This is what people of Indian origin has done. Let us spread our diaspora. Now, I am not talking about some conspiracy to global domination and all that. वो सब नहीं बोल रहा हूं मैं. But yes, it helps India if Indians are all over the world. Indians are sitting in leadership chairs. Indians are global leaders. It makes a lot of difference. Let's create more Indians who can be global leaders. Let's create more Sundar Pichais. Let's create more Satya Nadellas. Let's create more of such people. Because finally, their growth is also India's growth. So these are the 5 points I think we should be focusing on. These are the 5 points I think we should take advantage of being the world's most populous nation. Now, the last point that I want to make. The last point I want to make is about our census. Last census was taken in 2011, and after 2011, there has been no census. We are the world's largest populated country. We are the largest populous nation in the world. Census nahi liya gaya. The census was supposed to be taken in 2021, but it got postponed because of COVID, and we are in 2023. Census still not taken. Why are we not giving focus to our census? Is it because it is not politically convenient? Is it because if we have caste and numbers and creed and everything, the numbers in front of us, maybe it will be difficult for some political parties to politically engineer, politically maneuver, politically manipulate their constituencies? Is that the reason why census have not been done? You see, it is important for us to know caste, creed. It is important for us to know the demography of our population. It is very important for us to know that. Based on that, we can plan our growth chart. Based on that, we can help our people. Based on that, we can help our majority, minority, underprivileged. We can help these people. Finally, representation of each and every section of our society in our parliament, in our administration, in our strategy, our growth strategy is a must. And that is what census helps us to get. So census is very important. And while I would end my editorial saying that while these are the 5 points that we should be focusing on in the next 10 years to ensure that our population and us as a country, we all develop, that's 5 important points. But the most important point that we should not forget and we should not brush under the carpet because of political or whatever reason is having census. Is understanding our demography. And that's something that's going to come to bite us in the future. That's what I wanted to talk to you about today. And tomorrow, I have a very interesting dialogue. I have a very interesting interview with Manoj Jha. Manoj Jha is the Rajya Sabha MP. He's from Rashtriya Janata Dal. He's one of my favorite Rajya Sabha MPs, to be very honest with you, because I love his oratory. So, tomorrow is my interview with him. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Do watch. Tomorrow at 10 p.m. Do watch this interview. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. So, till I see you tomorrow at 10, Namaskar.